Today we're going to explore templates. I get the exciting job of sharing with you all of the new education templates that we have. We're only going to have time to talk about a few of those today, but I wanted to make sure we orient you to the new templates library where you can find those and give you kind of a rundown of why you might use a template in your work with WeVideo. Like I said, then we're going to jump in and explore the library. We're going to see templates in action, and then I'm going to give you other resources to help you in your WeVideo journey as you are either have been back to school for a few weeks, or if you're just getting back into the swing of things. We've got templates that can support you no matter what you're teaching and when you're teaching it. So with that being said, why use templates? Templates are great because they come with pre-made starting blocks that have pre-populated media in the timeline. So when you choose a template from the template library, like the Design Your Name template, it's going to come with an already populated timeline with text, video, and audio, and have media populated in the media bin. They're shareable, right? So you can create your own templates. Excuse me. You can create your own templates and share them. I'm just going to go ahead and give myself a pause real quick. Sorry about that. You can share them, but you can also customize them, right? You can make your own, you can customize existing templates, and then others in your institution or in your district or in your school can access those templates that you create. So super new. That's not always been the case. This was a new feature that we added a few months ago to allow teachers to create and share templates. I will say that needs to be enabled by your admin. So if you don't see that ability in your account at the teacher role, that you want to get in touch with an admin, a WeVideo admin, to make sure that it's enabled for you to do that. Sometimes those settings are defaulted to off. I always encourage admins to provide teachers the ability to create and share templates because it's a great way to collaborate. It's a great way to share your ideas, think of new ways of creating media, and that sort of thing. So, and then lastly, why use templates? They're not connected to the classes or the assignments workflow. You really can push these out quickly, facilitate these activities quickly with your students if you're not rostering inside of classes or using an assignment. And we know that not everybody is doing that. So wanted to provide you the ability as a teacher to be able to design and make as well sample videos for your students or for your other purposes in the classroom. A few new templates that we're going to look at today. There are many more than just these three, but these three are ones that I really think exemplify the ways that you can facilitate media projects, either in the back to school timeframe or as you get ramped into your curriculum that are content specific. So Design Your Name, that's one we're featuring because that's still part of our September Creative Challenge. You can use this template and submit to win even more swag than you might win today on our webinar, but also a great and fun and easy way to get your students creative as a back to school icebreaker, to introduce yourself or have your students introduce themselves to one another through the visual design of their name. We have history biographies, which are a take on traditional show what you know about historical figures projects in schools. This allows students to research a historical figure and then produce a piece of media content, sharing and showing what they know about that particular figure of history. And then science explainers. These, again, allow us to transform maybe a more traditional science project where students are demonstrating their understanding of complex science concepts, and doing that in a multimodal way that allows students more engagement in the content and the ability to show what they know through a different medium. So these are kind of some of these are a few of the templates that we think can be very powerful in the classroom. And now it's time to see these in action. So I know Bobby's got a few templates prepared for us today, and I think I would love it if you could show the audience how you might utilize the history biographies template to share something that you know about an important historical figure.
Sounds great. Just want to share. So I'm gonna jump in and start sharing my my screen. I just wanted to share really quickly that as I joined you and the team here at WeVideo over the last 6 months, I got very into talking about the assignment ideas and all the hard work that you and the team put into developing those. But I was really eager to see some of these template updates because those are sort of needed for teachers to be able to create those assignments aligned with the assignment ideas. And like you mentioned before, it's cool that, on the fly, teachers can say, hey class, you're going to jump into the templates library. I want you to start with this, right? So it can be a more spontaneous sort of use case. But I was just counting, and I think there are 16 new ones that have been released over the last few months. And I think they're a huge value add in addition to the ones that were already in here for the last, several years.
And I will say too, these are the first new templates that were produced in since we launched the templates library, 10 years ago. And so I think, to your point, many of these templates you'll see also correlate with certain assignment ideas. And the thinking around the design of these was like to kind of hammer home your point, provide teachers the ability to create assignments out of templates, but also give like the opportunity to make and do the assignment themselves, right? Try it out, make a sample video in order to help facilitate this, with their students.
Yep. So I'm going to jump into the history biography one, like you were just saying. This one's really cool, like just fun and creative. What's nice about these is, it's obviously a history biography template, and that's how I'm going to use it in just a moment, but could easily be repurposed for many different, topics and content areas. What's nice, and I'll just lower the volume based on my experience and play just the first beginning portion of it. But you'll sort of see that it has a bunch of pre-populated content. Like that's sort of the commonality of all of our templates, right? And with Frederick Douglass facing different ways and the different animations and stuff. But it's very easy to go in and begin remixing it, whether I'm a teacher, preparing an example for the class, or if I'm a student and my teacher has just said, hey, go in and use the templates. Or when I was leading sort of a more flexible project-based learning class, I would say, hey, you can start from a blank canvas or you can use the templates. Again, this is just like really nice value add. So I wanted to do my history biography on Vincent van Gogh. Obviously, our stock media library is awesome, but I think there's only one asset that's already in there of Starry Night.
That's surprising to me that there's only one.
Yeah, that's at least. I mean, I only searched for a little bit, but then this is. All of this is Creative Commons content, so it's pretty easy for me to locate online through Wikimedia Commons, import it into a folder. And as we were talking about yesterday, I thought it was important to have an asset with the background removed. So what I did is I went to remove.bg and I just took the image and put it in there. Just in light of time, I'm not going to show that process right now, but very easy to remove the background and then upload directly to WeVideo. What's nice is that each of these clips here, right, have animations built in. And I think, with many of the newer parts of our platform and the new releases, we're always thinking about, well, how can we help the use of WeVideo to be as easy and turnkey, I guess, for teachers as possible, right? And depending on their curriculum and their core content, their content, and depending on their schedule and all that, like it may or may not be possible to dedicate a huge amount of time. And so these templates like really make it easy, right? So I just very simply like have my image here, and whether it's an image, whether it's a background, whether it's a an audio file, music, all of that can be easily replaced just by simply dragging, right? So this is separated into different chunks because, again, we have our animations, and all I have to do is drag this in a few times. So I'm replacing Frederick Douglass with Vincent van Gogh, right? So I got my template, but now I'm doing my specific topic. I'm just going to replace these. What's nice is you don't even need to be exact with your drag and drop here. Our system will just ask you, do you want to replace? And that's kind of my goal here. Again, the reason why I have to do this multiple times is because it has all these cool animations. So, just in like a few seconds, again, I'll play from the beginning. I'm on my way to creating my own custom history biography on Vincent van Gogh.
And the cool thing about that is the replace feature, how it crops the length for you to fit the templated length is great. You can, of course, we're not going to have time to show a ton of the components of what you can do to customize this, but you can customize this and then it becomes a new template that you can then share with your students as well, if that's something that you're interested in doing.
Yep. Yeah. So another piece that I love about WeVideo, right, is it makes it super easy to take, more traditional assignments, say an essay or research project. So say I have a Google Doc where I've done some writing, right? Very easy to go in. So I'm just gonna copy something that I have in a Google Doc, right? I'm gonna go change his name in a moment, but then I can go in, right? And I'm taking the born in year, et cetera, right? And I can say, born in 1853, Vincent van Gogh was a post-impressionist painter who revolutionized art with his emotional and expressive style, influencing modern art movements, right? I got to change his name too. I'm going to go in here, put in Vincent. Got to do some additional research. I don't have the date of his passing.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Bobby,
but,
you're getting marked down points for that on this assignment.
I know, but I know. Minus 5 points.
Half a point, probably. Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
And again, the cool thing is that there's multiple ways to access the way you can change text, change the font, double clicking into the clip using the editing toolbar. You can also move things around and scale them in the preview window itself. That's something that has been released for some time, but that not everybody knows about, right? So directly from that preview window, you're able to move things, manipulate the scaling and the positioning of your elements.
Yep. Yeah, super cool to have, multiple touch points, right? So what I typically do in my workflow, right, is double clicking. Yep. However, any clip that's clicked on, they can click on edit.
Yep.
We have filters in here, which I don't typically use, but that's something that can be utilized. And important to point out that all of these background video clips, these are all from our stock media library. These can easily be replaced. If I think that this is too busy, right, I could take this out. I could just extend this throughout the length of the video, or I can easily reuse these throughout my timeline, right? So very easy to sort of provide students with a template, right? That's what it's called, that they can very easily sort of customize, but they still have plenty of room for creativity, to make it their own.
Yeah, and the other thing too that I've seen with templates that are don't have, that may be more text based with an audio clip behind it.
Yep.
Some teachers like to use the narration feature over this instead of the text in the music. I mean, you can always have added music and narration,
Yep.
Controlling the volume of each to make sure one's not competing with the other. But that's a kind of a cool addition. And that's the great thing about templates is it's just that. It's a template. It's a scaffold for media making that you can take to where you need it to go for your students, right? If you have students that are already really well versed in the WeVideo editor, you might want to scale back the amount of starting blocks that they get. If you have students that this is the first time, this is a perfect opportunity to have a really easy entry point into video editing.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's so many sort of intuitive ways to differentiate and scaffold in the platform. Like you were saying, very easy to differentiate that way. Students can easily, add a screen recording of themselves. They can narrate, whereas others might be more comfortable typing. And yeah, lots of really valuable customization features in there for sure.
And all the media is from our stock media library. So again, if you're a paid subscriber, it's it's royalty free when you download it and upload it to, if you're using stock media, it won't get pinged for any issues. And that's another point I had meant to touch on that you had said previously. Bobby was using images of Ingo that he found online, but making sure that those are licensed for use in these projects so that if you are exporting and sharing, like you're using the images that are you're able to do that.
Yeah.
Which are the Creative Commons licensed images. Excuse me. Thank you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep. Our platform is pretty authentic in terms of teaching students digital citizenship, which I think is great. This is a template that I've used very frequently leading product demos. Pretty, cute science explainer video with
nice
with butterflies, but very easy to sort of transform it to something else, right? So I don't know if I did this the last time, but in this one we have like 2 pieces of music, right? I can keep that in there, right? So there's like intro music and then music that goes throughout the entirety of the rest of the video. I'll just play the beginning portion of this. Right, so say I don't want to use that that piece of music, substituting or replacing music is really the same as I showed before. So let's say I want to use this podcast intro beat. Sorry, coming in a little hot.
Coming in hot there, Bobby.
Yeah. that happens. But what's nice is if you replace it, it'll preserve the fade in, fade out of the template.
Which is super cool.
That's super helpful, right?
Science explained.
Right, so pretty seamless that way. And then this is a pretty cool little thing where we have different images, right? We have our leaf, we have our caterpillar, we have our butterfly at its different stages, and now I can substitute these out. So say I want to instead do my science explainer on circuits. Again, I can just start sort of dragging these in. It'll ask me if I want to replace. What I noticed in playing around with this just a little bit is I'm actually gonna use our trimming tool. So I'm gonna, or splitting tool. split this in a couple of places, because what it's going to do is there's an animation, right? Replace, I'm going to do replace. Hopefully it retains that. I'm going to bring this in, similar to what I was before. History, biography, the thing I've always loved about WeVideo is it's like thinking, like as you know, as instantaneous as you can get in the classroom, right? You're iterating, testing, you're doing all that in real time. Let's see how this looks.
And Bobby cut out just a little bit there. So if you were, he was finding and replacing the clips from the butterflies template with circuits. So I'm not sure if everyone caught that, or if it was just me that he was roboting for. He was.
My bad.
No, you're good. It happens. You're doing a live demo, and the product is gonna suck some bandwidth, you know.
Yeah, all good. But yeah, so these were 4 clips or 4 squares, rectangles for our science explainer video, and really just trying to show that, you know, these new templates are super valuable, because now whether they're teachers or students or even administrators that just want to get going with a video project more quickly, it's just helping to make that happen more seamlessly. And again, because of how our assignment ideas are configured, this is super, super helpful for educators to create, you know, sample videos and their own projects to share with their classes, or to share with, you know, the community, colleagues, etc.
Yeah, and then when you're designing your assignment in classes, if that's something, a workflow that you're choosing to use with your students when you're facilitating media projects, you can use the export from this template from a video you make from scratch and attach that as a sample project in that assignment that you're creating. Or you can use this as an additional sample video to supplement the one that's already provided for you through the assignment idea that you're choosing to use.
Yeah.
So lots of options and ways to get the most out of these templates for sure.
Yep. Yeah. And just I know you mentioned this a couple of times, but all this is from our stock media library. So as a former middle school teacher, you know, all that really great footage, video footage, images, music, like anytime you can reduce the amount of time that students have to go hunting on the internet,
for sure.
Better.
For sure. Question, and this is a great segue from this question from Caroline, because I do want you to show the audience the way they can create their own templates and share them, make it available to students.
Yep.
So we'll have Bobby show you that right now, Caroline.
Yep. So whether you've started with a existing template that you've like remixed, or whether you start from scratch, any multimedia creation project can be turned into a template. And now it can either live as a draft, right? So that's kind of like work in progress, right? Or I can have it shared live. And that's basically going to share across the organization. What Ryan mentioned before about the administrator or admins, I should say, on the account having controls over that. So that can be turned off, but it can also be turned on, which we both think is a great idea, right? So I can convert this and turn this into a template. And you'll see now it lives under my templates. But now it's also available to folks across the organization. So if I just navigate to my homepage, you'll see that this is now shared and folks across the organization can utilize that. So this plus now the sharing of our assignment ideas is really awesome because, you know, say the district has instructional designers, content area supervisors, instructional coaches, anyone who's sort of like, going to help create those sort of core projects can now be very easily shared and reused across a school or district.
Yep. And then that's a super important point to consider. And then you can also you can create them from scratch. So if you go, Bobby, if you navigate back to templates and then select my templates and click the blue plus symbol there, you can create your own, right?
Yep.
And again, using stock media, using uploaded media, even using exported media that you made from previous videos, you can bring into the timeline and export it and share it in that same prompt that Bobby got when he converted his science explainer video to make it public or have it as a draft, and adjusting the sharing permissions. It will prompt you to do that. So if you allow others in your organization to see it, that means other teachers and students will be able to use the templates as well.
Yep. Yeah, this is a great feature.
So that's something to note. Students can't create their own templates.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I mean, this is great for, especially if you're doing anything curriculum-based initiatives, right? Or you want everyone to have brand standards, using the correct logos and colors and all of that stuff. This is great for that.
Yep, absolutely. That it concludes the demo portion of our webinar. Thanks to Bobby for jumping in and doing a live drive. I know those can be fun, but they can also be a little bit nerve-wracking. But appreciate you sharing the history, biography, and the science explainer template. Obviously, we've got a ton of new templates in the library. I encourage you to head over to the templates library. As you saw on the homepage, click templates, and then there are different categories. The most useful to you as a teacher and educator will be those education templates. So please take a look there. I see a follow-up question from Caroline. Bobby, if you wanted to jump in and address that while I take us through the other resources.
Yeah, you got it.
We've got a whole bunch of other resources to help you and your students learn the platform. Templates is a great way to just dive in and learn by doing. But if you do have more that you want to consume in terms of learning the platform, we do have an onboarding hub. So I'll drop that into our chat as well. So if you're new to the product, looking for more information about all of the other, that is not the URL, Ryan. Okay. Looking to learn more parts of the product, you can head over to our onboarding hub. We've also got the tried and true WeVideo Academy. That is going to be wevideo.com/academy. And that is not just getting started information, but that's going to get you to our tutorial video library, get you access to all of our certification courses. So we do have about half a dozen certification courses for educators and for students now. So please head over and check those out. Those are project and tutorial based programs that will help you learn the platform and create something at the same time. And then lastly, we have so many more events for you to engage with us. We've got all kinds of webinars coming up in the next few months as we close out the 2025 year, which seems crazy to me that we're only a few months away from 2026, but please come back and join us for future webinars. Bobby, do you have any parting words for the audience today?
We have to announce our winner. Those are my parting words.
Yes, thank you for that. That's like the most important part of this, Bobby, and I almost forgot that. So, do you want to use your powers for good here and choose someone from the audience to award a WeVideo swag?
I selected Michael Wesley.
Michael Wesley. He is our winner today. Michael, congratulations. I'm sure you are the owner of some WeVideo swag currently, but you will be gifted with more WeVideo swag. Michael's a longtime WeVideo user from our friends in Virginia Beach public schools. So thank you for joining live today, Michael. And you are the proud winner of our random drawing for participation in the chat today. And the way you can receive this swag is by emailing kgarcia@wevideo.com. Yeah. Don't give away the program. No, I'm kidding. kgarcia@wevideo.com, and Kelsey, our wonderful events manager, will collect where you would like your swag package sent, and she'll get that out to you as soon as possible. So congrats, and thank you to the rest of you for joining us today. Again, as I said, head over to that WeVideo events page. Make sure that you're signing up for more events, and we hope to see you next time. But until then, happy creating, everybody, and bye for now.
Thanks, everyone.